Hey guys, welcome back to episode 10 of the 50/50 Showcase. This is my attempt to cover as many different builds that I have for various heroes, villains, rogues, vigilantes, etc. in the City of Heroes Homecoming server game. Excelsior is the server I'm actually playing on, and this is number 10. This is Phoebe. She is a radiation punching, dark armored soul mastery brute. She is the fifth brute of my collection. After five blasters, this is my fifth brute. After this, I'll be moving on to controllers. For this particular character, she is really a walking debuff machine with radiations minus defense abilities, and dark and soul throw in some minus to hit, some minus, I think some minus damage in there, but I think it's mostly minus to hit. She does have some control as well, but she also has a problem, and that's where I'm going to kind of start off with this conversation. Let's pull up her mids build. There we go. So here is Phoebe's mids build. The big problem that she has is not damage, not at all. Her big problem is, let me move my big head out of the way. Taking a look at the totals. This is something I talked about a couple times now, but if you take a look, her recovery is running about 3 endurance per second, but her endurance drain is 1.8. That is less than 2-to-1 ratio. So, in other words, she's barely keeping up with just her native endurance drain. That's because dark armor is notorious for endurance draining, just bleeding out with all the various toggles that you are running with these armors here. And I don't even have all of them. I don't even have Oppressive Gloom running, but Radiation throws in irradiated ground as yet another toggle. Plus, I've taken a couple leadership toggles, etc. And so she is just bleeding, hemorrhaging, gushing endurance. And pretty much everything that you have to build if you're going to do dark armor has to be with endurance mitigation in mind. And that's why you'll see some of my choices here of some, what do you want to call it? Either some procs I picked up or just some other powers like Victory Rush from the leadership pool. Just trying to manage the endurance issues. I'm not exactly sure why Dark Armor is gimped so hard with endurance management, but it is. I think it's because it's seen as this debuffing, controlling, armor set, so they've got to hammer it somehow, but it's hammered pretty darn hard. Anyway, take a look at the build. What was this build designed to do? It actually wasn't made to be a walking debuff machine, but as I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I sure could turn this into a defense nuking to hit accuracy debuffing monster. Radiation melee, as you look down through all of its various powers, has minus defense built into it. You've got a radiated ground just around you is minus defensing. Minus defense, minus defense, minus defense. You could throw in a bunch of to hit, no, sorry, a bunch of defense debuff accurate sets in here if you wanted to. I'm actually kind of going, that might be a build to take a look at and see if it makes any sense. Also, from Dark Armor, you do have some to hit debuff that you could work with. For instance, in Cloak of Fear, you've got it. There is an accuracy debuff built into that power. I actually have Cloak of Fear slotted for accuracy debuff, but again, that's not its purpose. But you could take that and combine it with Soul Masteries to hit debuffing, because Soul Tentacles uh, doesn't have it, but Darkest Night, which I did not pick, could have it. Dark Obliteration has it. Gloom has it. So you could combine minus defense, minus to hit, grab the interface. I forget which interface. I think it's intuitive. One of those interfaces has to hit debuffing built into it. You could go for something like that. You could go with it in your alpha slot for the incarnates. So there would be a fairly easy way to turn this build, Radiation Dark Soul, into a debuff monster if you wanted to. I didn't go that way. I went with damage. And the reason I went with damage is, believe it or not, this is actually a farmer. She does not farm fire. She was built to farm, guess what? Negative damage. And you're like thinking, what? Who the hell does negative damage farms? Because negative damage has a bunch of minus to hit debuffs with it. Your farmer would never hit. This is true. But going along the concept of, hey, why just build another fire farmer when you have all these other, sets out there, like with my ice build and my electric builds, they also can farm those specific damage types. As you see, I have just over 80% negative damage. I could make this a psi farmer if I was really twisted, but I'm not. Smash lethal, pretty darn close to cap there as well. So I can farm these other four types if I wanted to. So I did build a negative farm. I'll probably show you guys a few minutes of that a little bit later, but that is what her initial design is. She was built to farm negative damage. So with that in mind, if you're going to do something like that, you of course need, negative damage resistance. You're going to need some sort of defenses. Right now I have all of my incarnates and stuff clicked and popped. That's why you see the numbers are pretty high across the board. But that's your first stop, right? You need to be able to resist or evade that type of damage. So I have that check. The next thing you need to be able to do is buff your own accuracy. So in order to do that, you're going to need to take a lot of sets that have accuracy boosting in it. Like for instance, Gloom here, I've got 4 slots of Thunderstrike. It adds a 7% accuracy boost. So you're gonna need a way to do that. And I think I have, was it advanced totals? Miscellaneous buffs. Yeah, so I'm throwing in 40 some percent accuracy boosting, 37% to hit boosting. So you need to be able to boost your own accuracy to hit. So I've got lots of sets with plus accuracy. I've also got, fusion is going to give you a plus to hit when you click it. I've picked where is it? Where is it? Tactics. I went with tactics. That's why I did go with the leadership pool. Plus, it gives me access to victory rush, which is an endurance boosting power, recovery boosting power. So I have tactics going. I've got fusion, and I've thrown the siphon insight chance to plus to hit in the cloak of fear. So that gives you another little boost. I think it's like a 20% little pop. Yep, 20% pop for that one. Your fusion is going to boost you. I think it's 50% when you click it. Let me just confirm that before. To hit is 20%. I'm sorry. So 20% with the Cloak of Fear, Siphon Insight, 20% on fusion. And of course, tactics is going to boost your to hit over here, depending on how you've got it slotted. Mine is currently boosting me 11%. And then the last thing I've done in order to increase my accuracy is in the hybrid. I've got down here, I went with support. So plus damage, plus accuracy, plus defense, plus special. So you can see that that is also going to give me some additional ways to increase accuracy, increase to hit. So you need to do that because if you're going to be farming negative, you're going to be seeing your to hit numbers hit red line. And again, hopefully you get a chance to see that today when I go through the paces on this build. Other than that, as a farmer, you're going to see lots of ways to boost damage through some damage procs like Touch of Death here. You're going to see a lot of survivability types of things like Gladiator's Armor plus defense, uniques. I've got Steadfast Protections defense unique in here. The other thing you're going to see in order to mitigate the whole endurance issue is Dark Regen. I've actually slotted that for the chance for plus endurance. Between that and the Victory Rush, I've got the chance for plus end performance shifter down here. These two powers, believe it or not, make this character able to sustain fights against large numbers of, 54 times 8 farming, targets. You're going to have huge mobs, a dozen or more, one after the other, and you have to have that sustained endurance. So victory rush, the chance for endurance here and dark regeneration. This actually kind of acts as a pseudo transfusion almost, but you have to hit a lot of targets for that proc to fire reliably in order to actually bring your endurance back. Stamina, of course, health, I've got the miracle plus recovery in there. But these passives don't really do the trick, as you can see by the numbers. It's when I get a victory rush clicked, when I get a dark regeneration proc to fire, when I've got my ageless, when I hit that and able to get endurance there. Those are my main ways to keep endurance going. Passive, forget about it. You just can't find enough recovery across your slots to really make it doable. So anyway, that's the idea behind the build. I actually did tweak it a little bit right before I started here. I swapped out Scirocco's for an Avalanche set just to get a little bit more of endurance reduction from the sets itself. Plus, I had hit a cap on one of my uh, negative damage resistances, so I wanted to tweak some stuff around and try to get milk a little bit more endurance, that sort of thing. So I got a little bit of recovery boost here. I got a little bit more fire resistance that I didn't have before, a little bit more endurance reduction. And I also swapped out a fear set for the clouded senses, so I was able to get a little bit more of that resistance to the negative damage here, a little bit of endurance, max endurance popped in here. And then I also was able to squeeze in that chance to plus to hit rather than having a second damage proc or something like that. And here I actually went that way. I also had to kind of pull out one of my damage procs in Death Shroud because Avalanche doesn't have it. But I put in the chance for knockdown, so that should actually give me some more mitigation. That'll be interesting. So between the Death Shroud knocking down, you got the Cloak of Fear, and then you've got the just general minus defense from things like irradiated ground. Targets should be mitigated. They should be, as far as their ability to attack, plus their ability to defend. That kind of adds in with my to hit boosting that I've thrown in here and my various defenses and resistances and stuff to make a pretty all around package. She might actually be better at, even though she's designed for this negative farm, she might actually be better with just sort of generic general content. I honestly I don't think I really played her much in just general, sort of missions out there. So this will be kind of a fun little experiment today with that. All right, I think that was all I really wanted to say about the build. So we're just going to go ahead and get a mission going and show you how it works. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Here's Phoebe. She is ready to rock and roll one of these council missions, running at +2 times 6. Just came in. Go ahead and get my mutation activated. Maybe it gives me some recovery. Nope, movement speed. All right. All right, so I am sitting here right now. I've got recovery close to 3 per second, as I mentioned, but I'm also bleeding about 2 per second, pretty close. So keep an eye on the endurance, the blue bar up here, because that is going to be her problem. To mitigate, I've got Victory Rush, so I'll click that as often as I can by just defeating a mob. And I believe it is a bigger buff the tougher the mob is. Like bosses give more recovery than, let's say, a minion does. I've also got support, so when I click this, it's going to give me some accuracy, that sort of thing. This power, just by having it slotted, is going to give you an endurance discount at all times. That's one of the reasons I took it. Plus, when I am farming against the debuffers of accuracy, negative damage, I need that extra accuracy there, and the defense doesn't hurt. You've got Ageless in order to get some endurance back, so that's sort of my emergency, need some more blue, I'll click that. But my most reliable, if you want to say that, is Dark Regeneration, the heal. I actually use it as a endurance heal. So oftentimes you'll see me go into a group fighting, I will click that not because, oh my God, I'm about to die with green. It's because, man, my endurance bar is getting about half. So if I see my blue bar about halfway down, I'll often click that, especially in a very large group and early in a fight. Because the more targets I can hit, the more chances that proc fires and I get the Theft of Essence and get some blue back. I've also got it slotted for damage with the damage proc in here as well. So I've got Obliteration sitting in here. All right, I got the multi-strikes in here. I've got the Touch of Nictus Chancer negative damage. So this thing does a decent little chunk of damage when you get into a group with it. I'm also going to be testing out that Death Shroud Chancer Knockdown. I haven't seen what that can do yet. That should be interesting. Irradiated Ground is just going to be throwing out, Hellfire here, Chancer Fire Armageddon. So this character can do some damage, and it looks like somebody's sitting in the ceiling over here. Awesome. All right, let me go ahead, activate this. And there's nothing special about what I'm going to do. I go in here and just start blasting. There you go. You can see how I just got all my blue bar back from clicking that. And I'll victory rush near the end of this fight. Victory rush. There you go. There's the knockdown. I didn't think that was from my punch. That was, I believe, from the proc. I like Void. Oh, is the knockdowns working? I like that. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, she's really survivable, I think. Like I said, I don't recall playing her all that much, if at all, outside of my farm. So this is going to be an interesting test for me as well. Flopping away. Yeah, I mean, this could be really strong. It's just a walking debuff machine. It seems like the aura, the avalanche proc is triggering or enhancing the knockbacks from those couple of punches that also do knockdown. It makes them popcorn up. All right, let's do this. Go upstairs, see what's going on. So I've got the Void, helps with some of the debuff as well. So one thing that you gotta watch out with, and I just kind of showed you with the Theft of Essence, if you saw there, I clicked it and my endurance bar did not move. Theft of Essence has its high cost of endurance itself. So if you click it to get endurance back, realize it's going to take a lot of endurance to use it in the first place. I'll show you here in the detailed info. So the cost of this thing is 33.8, unslotted. I've got it down to 16. So that's what, a sixth of my endurance from a single click. So you got to hit more than one target because you only hit like one target, you'll get back maybe the cost to actually activate it. So I think that's what you saw in that last activation. I activated it, my bar didn't move because I got back the endurance I took to spend, so neutral. Uh, but when I was clicking it, I actually wanted more endurance back. So I have to hit more targets to get a greater chance of hitting multiple people with this because it does proc multiple times with a single click, from what I can tell. So if you are in a large group, it's great to get endurance back. If you're trying to use it as an endurance recovery late in a fight and there's only one or two guys left, it's a bad idea. You're probably going to end up blowing the rest of your endurance out. So you got to be careful. You have to use it more frequently or more proactively than you might expect. Like here, I just used it, got all my endurance back. Okay, that was it. It's got to be another group somewhere, right? No. All right. Well, easy enough. Let me get the next mission ready then. Gonna go to +3 times 8. Okay, next one is queued up. Did I remember to reset? Of course I didn't. Be right back. Okay, now I'm set to +3 times 8. Too many moving parts, people. Too many moving parts. Let's see, 53s, there they are. Let's go ahead and get a little candy going. Don't have much in the way of knockback protection other than a, what, I think I've got a Blessing of the Zephyr. Get my Victory Rush going. I believe Victory Rush lasts for 2 minutes. Down goes Frazier next. Other thing about the heal you gotta watch out is that it has a bit of a longish recovery on the animation. Let's get some more people over here. Didn't get any blue juice back with that. Did with that though. This galaxy over here is annoying me. There we go, refill. These galaxies are such sissies. They got me pinned in the corner. Refill the blue bar with them. I've had enough of you over there. See if I can get some blue out of these guys. Ah, it's got a smidge. Yeah, the recovery is best if you pretty much have a full group. So, as far as farming goes with this character, one of the reasons that I was also interested was to team, um, arguably the best offensive farming set, Radiation, with, a different armor set. So that's kind of where the concept with this character is. But like I said, you could turn this into a debuffing monster if you wanted to. They're just standing there shredding their defense. And I'll also taunt a lot more than I guess you need to, just because I actually have it as a damage proc in my taunt, just to get a little extra, keep their attention and get a little extra damage if I can. Get a Victory Rush off of this guy. I like Victory Rush, better than Vengeance because you can obviously use it every, time it's up, where Vengeance you have to wait till allies dead. So this is a nice little team boost. How was that werewolf not aggroed? See, come on down here. Bye-bye, Archon. Oh, I missed? That's not fair. I mean, this is a very comfortable build. By that I mean I'm not afraid of these guys one bit. Kind of surprised that that avalanche proc doesn't fire a little bit more often. I've seen a couple guys flop and fall down, but it's not like half the group takes a tumble. It's just what I was expecting. See if I can get all my blue back. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the other thing about the heal you got to watch out is that the endurance cost is paid before any recovery, the proc recovery. So I've had it where I've clicked it, run out of endurance, and then siphoned and gotten half my bar back. But at that point, all my toggles have crashed. I'll fire it again here, so I got a little bit back from that. Let's get rid of this other Archon. Always carry a few spare blues if you're playing Dark Armor. Oh, didn't get any of my stuff back. I like the double damage aura with what is a Death Shroud and Irradiated Ground. Are these guys not aggroed? Oh, see, I didn't get any blue there. Running low. Let's get a victory rush. Remember to turn off sprint. You don't need that end drain if you can avoid it. Let's see if I can get some blue here. A little bit. So I obviously didn't need to heal there, but I did need some blue. And that's it. Lights out. Okay, so that was the two solar runs. I mean, to me, it was pretty clear that this build is strong, lots of damage, AoE, melee range. Uh, Survivability was high, at least against the council. Even though they're throwing out a bunch of smash lethal, I've got tons of smash lethal resistance. I've got great dark negative resistance, great psi resistance. So dark armor's really good against those weird mobs that some people are, like Arachnos is an example that have a lot of psi, a lot of negative, not negative, but psi. They've got toxic, things like that. You've got resistances to weird damage types that other builds won't. And then if you throw in something like tough from the fight pool, that's going to give you some extra smash lethal that normally dark armor wouldn't have. I'd say the only thing about the build that I would like more of is some range. I've got, 3 ranged attacks and taunt, but it was nice with Soul Mastery on my fire armor brute, Summer Blades there, having the Darkest Night be able to kind of throw that debuff toggle at a range to pull stuff in. Because, taunt, seems to have a limited AoE right there. Got 2 other people who don't care, even though I just taunted 2 of them. Darkest Night's a little bit easier to bunch up groups to make them come to you. So I did feel a little bit naked at times with ranged attacks firing at me. So with this build, I probably would do a lot more when I get into teams, kind of a lot more line of sight breaking. But you also got to be careful because if you paralyze people with fear, they're just going to stand there. Although they're standing in my contamination field, so that's not bad. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause, see if I can get a team or get on a team. I did see somebody posting about level 54 Granville papers. I don't know if they're still running, so I'm going to see about that. Be back and we'll do some teamwork. All right, I've got the mission fired up. We are at +4 × 8. This is the Mako warm door. Mako's arc. This will be a good challenge, right? Oh no, he's gonna nuke. There we go. I'm starting to see that knockback is popping now. Enough for you, Menders. I'm immune to fear, you fool. Dark armor for the win. There we go. Oh, you know what? I got electric affinity. Now I won't run out of frickin' endurance. Love it. Trying to stay away from the outer lip there because guys over the top can see us. Who dares shoot at me? What the? Oh no, you guys went over there. Shouldn't have done that. Nice time for that big ol' hold. It's a solid team. So I don't mind going light on this mission. I mean, yesterday when I ran the, or the other day when I ran my fire brute there, Summer Blades, and we're running that team of 8 with all those incarnates. It was just a joke. So I'd rather run with, hell, I might even run just teams of 4 the rest of the way. At least I can showcase the build better that way. Too late for your heal. crushed. Oh, we got ourselves a Sinji. And I don't have that great of knockback protection. One thing I'll do with my brutes or my tanks, you'll see me do, is go through the group and come out the other side. Sometimes I'll just jump through them. And that's because I'm trying to pull the attention away from the rest of the team, the opposite direction, so if the enemy has like cone attacks, they're not going to light up the guys behind me. It's like this. I'll come over here. Although you probably don't want to follow me there, electric dude. Brunch. I'm doing it. Let's get a victory rush out of this. Let's see if I have any more XP boosters. I don't think so. Defeat all the longbow. Nice. I think I did that. So it looks like the punch knockdowns are stacking with... Oh, we got incoming, I think. Yep. Why is my death shroud off? Must have accidentally clicked it when I did a heal. I really don't think you need a team of 8 to do anything in this game anymore. Uh-oh. I'll be there in a sec, guys. getting low here. It's gotta be what, one more intersection we didn't go down? Let's head this way. Uh-oh. Hey, cannot fear me. Punked. Next. Whoa, what the? I don't mind getting knocked back every now and then, right? Makes the game interesting. You get a big old victory rush off this guy's corpse. Between the kinetics and the EA, you don't have to worry about running out of endurance with dark armor, right? That's beautiful. It's like the perfect team. There it is. Nice. All right, I believe that was the second of the kill-alls from Mako's arc. Let me confirm. If not, I'm going to auto it. There we go. 2 more missions. So we're going to ignite some mercenaries. Meet us there. All right, I'll TT us over there. Guy's going to go level, which is fine. Ignites mercenaries. All right, so this is the Knives of Artemis. Lots of slows. We have the perfect team for this set of missions. All right, so they're going to try to call Trump us, right? But we got speed boost, so no big deal. And the and light. All right, look at these chicks. everywhere. See how that punch just seems to stack with the knockback of the proc. I know it normally knocks down, but it seems like it's just popping them up in the air. Oh, if you see bomb, click it. I don't know if we missed one in the previous room or not. Oh, got some company here. There we go. So I'm actually having fun with this compared to like that beatdown we were given with when I was playing with those bunch of incarnates on my dual blades fire brute. And that was just total smackdown. You didn't even have to do anything. This you're actually contributing. So, I mean, I'd prefer playing this way. I don't even need to use my incarnates. Here, another one. Is it up here? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, they're stunned. Give me 1 second. Be right there. Haven't had to use my pets. devastating. Nice. How do your electric thingies get so gremlins? It's a clicky right there. This defender's funny. Incarnate, that's why, right? Or maybe I wouldn't see a defender do that. Charge in the middle of the Knives of Artemis. There's the bomb. Is that the last one? I think that's it. Alright, got last mission. Okay, last mission. Okay, last mission. There's only one group left. Okay, here it comes. It's probably about 100-yard teleport. More knives and then ace. Alright, so ace is at the end of the dock. We'll just plow the road. Pull out my little pets just to show them. More talons. I love the talons. Can't even do that anymore. Somebody's bleeding out. Get out of there. Uh-oh. I don't even know where that guy is. Ah, right there. Incoming. I don't know where the hell my pet just ran off to. Wow, is she hurting for me? I think my talons are hurting for us. Jesus. Oh. Where is that dude? Oh, man. Somebody got greedy. Somebody got greedy over there. I'm just plowing the road straight down. You guys are going crazy. Man, this is a lot of knives. A lot of caltrops, too. If you try this without some sort of speed boost, it's a nightmare. Oh, no. See if I can bail these guys out of there. behind you. There we go. There's the badge, you guys. See? It wasn't so bad. I mean, you can speed run this arc pretty quickly. Like that last mission, you can just grab all the bombs under stealth. Ace, you can just run down the side of the ship there on the other side of this boat. And then come just smoke him. Pretty good. So yeah, Mako's arc, I usually will let the first mission, the time one, just expire. I'll go pick it and then, log off. Come back, auto one of the longbow kill-alls. Then do the other one, just set it like -1 times 1. Ghost the Knives of Artemis bombing one. And then just run down the outside of the boat on that one and smoke the guy. Doesn't take long at all. Very good. Very good, team. I'm gonna log and get some lunch. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the video here with that. I think that's a great showcase of this brute. I think she's really powerful. The farming is probably way harder than this. And we took on some tough foes, longbow, knives, they're pretty tough, but her build is really solid, I think, from basic level on up. Take care. So there you go. You want an all-around solid brute who can lay down some damage, debuff, has some weird damage resistances to things like psi, fear, negative, toxic, you name it. Try this one. Radiation, melee, dark armor, soul mastery, Phoebee. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with controllers with the next episode. Controllers, episode 11. My first one, I haven't decided who it's going to be yet, but should be fun. All right, take care.